She wanted like me cause her like she can count on him. She try to be nosy and hit her max. She like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep the score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, what a point to guard.
Big numbers, 100 minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, 100 minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts, whole team counting, that's a big number.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get it off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, you don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I gave and everything I lost. Good things come at a cost. I left it on your head and when you ever overstated. Your thoughts are never everything you wanted when you want. I'ma take it in there. Signs of a distort. I'ma leave it on the side. You on the Christ when I breath on this set. Let me speak on behalf of the dead. I'ma leave, I'ma speak. I'm the sick in the head. Come on. Come on. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh baby, my bets are off.
Coach, thank you. We are over 4,000 miles away from where you're seated in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England, and Wembley Stadium. Coming up, another edition of the NFL International Series, and it should be a good one, between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's Foles. Man open is Keelan Cole, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Check. Under.
Here's the 5th-round rookie from Temple. It's Raquel Armstead. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
180.
From the midfield stripe, they look to throw. That is caught Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Foles. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
Now Foles. Now they go screen. It's complete. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Going with Armstead, a first down carry. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Let's go, great. Hey, Silver.
Now an Eastern Michigan man, Darius Jackson on the carry. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down at 6.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's third down.
Go with 5-3.
Check tight.
They'll look to throw here. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, first and 10 at their own 27. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Miles Jack with a sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Here's Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one. 44 yards.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
27-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Here's a guy on his 4th franchise in 2 years, Carlos Hyde. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll try the air now with Watson. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Check. Let's go, Hattie. Let's go, Hattie. Everyone, what you got? What you got, Hattie? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go.
Back to throw, Watson. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. No doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Beginning the drive here with Armstead. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. And credit the tackle to Derek Barnett.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Foles throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for James O'Shaughnessy as tight end, and it's 3rd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
13.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
That's good for a Jacksonville.
Here we go.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Check 13. Kill. Go with 5-3.
From the gun, they go with Armstead. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there.
Second and 10. Got an open man, Keelan Cole. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
No kick, kick. Turbo 64. Check yes. Let's go.
They run on first down with Jackson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a second and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Switch.
On second down, Armstead. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it third and 10. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a third and 10. He'll drop to throw. He's got the hook up to Lee. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a first and 10. So a first and 10 now in Houston territory at the 32-yard line. Back to throw here. The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. Touchdown, Jaguars! James O'Shaughnessy, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Josh Lambo now for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, Watson. It's complete to Fuller. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his third and 1. To throw is Watson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot.
13-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone. And with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays. Eat up chunks of yardage and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 14-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Watch the run, watch the run, watch the run.
2nd and 9 now. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And this will be a touchdown.
Let's go.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Go, go. He's checking crack. He did. 1-1. He's coming. 2-jet bomber. 2-jet bomber.
This is Armstead on the carry. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check them, check them, check. Black.
This one out quickly to Westbrook. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Keep going right at him. You got to wedge that, huh? Check. What we got? Watch quick.
On play action, they'll throw. Completes it to Lee. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Easy. Kick.
A run here with Armstead. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. Foles now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Toss play to Jackson. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Check.
On 2nd down now, it's Jackson, and he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Game situation. Let's go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division, every year, is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
On 2nd and goal, Foles got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Jeff Swaim, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. DJ Hayden right there on the coverage.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Hey, 4-1 Mike, 4-1 Mike. Right here, right here. 49. Go.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down. The Jaguars on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12. Here's Foles. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And down to the 28-yard line. Might want to remember that third down play, 37 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. A give running right is Armstead. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2 at the 20-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Marquise Lee, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Lambo to add on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. Off the draw, here's Johnson. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
A loss of a yard brings up second.
On second and 11 now. Watson. He's got Fuller. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
It's our time. It's our time. 44.
On first down, Watson to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Jordan Thomas, the one he was looking for. And it's second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Telvin Smith, able to get a hand on it there. This offense was on the move. Now two straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To the air yet again, Watson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. No one attempted or made more field goals than Fairbairn last year. He was 37 of 42.
And they were grateful for every one of those that put 3 points on the board. But I'll guarantee you, Bill O'Brien, the head coach, is thinking to himself, we need to use them a lot less in 2019. Let's make sure we score some more touchdowns.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, as they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Avery Jones making his presence felt on the sack. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made. And that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Check curls, check curls, check curls.
From the gun, here's Watson. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary can really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, no matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
The open man is Westbrook. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Be alert, be alert.
Check 55 to Mike. Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up. Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
What we got, what we got?
They run it with Armstead. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
They'll give it back to Armstead. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down.
A 58-yard attempt.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Alert! 44, Mike, 44.
Now Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. This is caught inside the 15. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one, 44 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Watson to the goal line, but it's incomplete. DJ Hayden right there on the coverage. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
What's that? 19!
Watson from the gun, he'll throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
From the 24, Foles. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Now Armstead. And he'll only get a yard, maybe two, up to the 46.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen.
That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 39-yard line. And they'll run it here. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Watch twitch.
They'll stay with the run and Armstead. And he'll go down at the 28. 7 yards there and a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll hand to Armstead. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. From the 25 on 2nd down, Foles. And he whips that one incomplete there.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Foles. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The kick by Lambeau is good, and that'll push the lead up to 17. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Watson. And a quick throw here. That's complete. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
He's going to take off with it. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. And, oh, he took that thing one-handed. What a grab. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. Welcome back now here in London. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter.
44 to Mike. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Watson on first down. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Sacked by the outside backer, Telvin Smith. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now it's Watson. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 12-yard line. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when, and he told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this foot. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Carlos Hyde, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans get a bit closer. They go for just 1 here as it's up and good. And that will shave 1 more off this lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar in some discomfort down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Foles and the Jags come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. On the handoff, Armstead. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
One.
On first down, again, they go with Armstead. Benardrick McKinney, a first-time Pro Bowler a season ago, in on the tackle there.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
On second down, it's Jackson. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Third down, it's Armstead. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminating touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. In 2018, Deshaun Watson had 5 fourth-quarter comebacks. Only Drew Brees of the Saints had more with 6. To throw again on second down. Watson got an open man. It's QT. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Operating from the gun, Watson. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Calais Campbell picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and now it's third down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Calais Campbell able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Taking it about the 36. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff here to his running back. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. On 3rd down, this is Jackson. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the first down.
Now a first down throw, Watson. He finds Hopkins complete. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
2nd and 6 at the 32-yard line.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Your trip is here.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Again, it's Jackson as he'll stay on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line.
Wide 80. 20 on Mike. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Well, partner, even though my phone alarm failed me this morning and I missed our AM workout, we still made it through this thing together, didn't we?
Well, you always know I need extra workouts just to keep up with you, so it doesn't matter. But thanks for sharing a booth, and thanks for being our quarterback.
Yeah, you're the quarterback. Always a pleasure, my friend. So for the Jags, they inch closer to respectability now at 3-6 on the year. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for Houston, the difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.